Alright, in this video, let's create a console application and let's try to learn some basic syntax of C#. And again, I'm following the basic rules of naming conventions, basics of C#, and I'm creating a console application. First things first, let's convert this into a program.main style program. Now you can see a class and a main method. Here, the default one is a console.writeLine within this main method, and this access modifier is private. Don't worry, I'll discuss about the access modifiers in a separate video. Now I'm going to copy this entire statement. To be honest, this is a method. WriteLine is a method and console is a class. Now I'm going to remove this line. Write is also another method, and I'm going to print first line. So console is a class, so you can see that color in green, and yellow color which represents the methods. In other words, functions. So in a console class, there is a method which is write, and also we are having another method which is WriteLine. So we are going to see the functionality of both the methods. And while running the application, make sure to have the same name as a project. Here you can see basics of C# is in checked. So we can run this application now. As you can see, I got the two different statements in a single line, which is first line and second line without any gap. This is because of the behavior of the write method. I used one write and one write line, and now I have changed it to write line. Let's see how it will work. Yes, now I got the two statements in two different lines. So write line method is the one which is responsible to separate. It will give you your line in a new line. Got it? Your statements will be coming in a new line if you use write line method. Now let's take some variables. I'm going to create an int variable with some good naming conventions. Why I'm saying is a good developer is always prefers to use this naming conventions no matter what programming language you're using. If you want to be a good developer, then try to create fields or functions names in a more interactive way with the developer. Try to be more precise while creating variables, and this is a sample number. So by reading it, you can simply say, okay, this is a sample number that this guy is using, and I'm using a string now, and within that I'm going to give my name. So a string must be in a double quotes. So if you forgot that, it will throw you an error which is about this doesn't exist in the current context. So make sure to have a double quotes while dealing with strings. And I'm going to create a variable for the character, my cat. So this is the basic rule. If you are creating variables on your first time, make sure to have the first letter as a small letter, and the forwarding word should have a capital letter while starting. So here M is small, C is capital in my cat. So one is lowercase. The next word which is coming right beside that word should start with a capital letter. And double is the one which is quite similar to float. So you can give decimal values to your variable. And let's try to print these variables within our console.writeLine method. I would say writeLine method simply. I don't prefer to call this console.writeLine, console.write every time. So I hope you understand. If I say writeLine, then it's nothing but our console.writeLine. So within our writeLine method, I'm going to print my variables. This is a number, and I'm giving two curly braces. A curly braces. Within that, I'm going to give 0. Yeah, 0. Then this is my name. Let's print that. Now I'm going to give another curly braces with the number 1. So a comma, then our variable names, sample number and my name. If you remember, in C we usually use %d as a placeholder simply. Yeah, so we got our number and our name in our right line. In the second line, I forgot to remove that. Now let's try to copy and paste this and try to print in a different way. What are the different ways that are available? There are actually 3 to 4 ways that we can print a statement. If you want to include variables, there are 3 to 4 methods, but I'm going to show you only 2 because these are the one that we usually use most oftenly. So using placeholders, as you can see, I just commented a line using / followed by using string interpolation. So in this way, you can simply comment a line if you want. Just add 2 slashes right before a statement and it will convert into a sort of statement, a sort of comment simply. So it will not be executed in your final output. Yeah, this is about comments. Okay, let's continue our work with this new line. Okay, I'm going to remove this 0 and 1s or 2s, whatever the number may be. Just remove it and paste it with our variable name. Now I'm going to remove these values from here, remove the commas as well, and right before the statement you need to enter a dollar symbol. Now let's run it. Now let's see how it will work. Okay, we got the same output as before, but the way of building the statement is different. So first one is using placeholders and second one is string interpolations. I'm going to remove the unnecessary lines, and for a better way of explaining, let me do this. So if you what if you want to print 3 or 4 variables in your statement by using placeholders? You can simply add another placeholder with number 2, and if you can simply assign a character or double number to it. And if you want to print the third number, just add a placeholder with number 3. You should follow the number sequence. If you want to print 4 variables, you are going to 4 placeholders which are 0, 1, 2 and 3. So that's it, simple. So now I'm running the application. I just added few more console.writeline statements to segregate it. Let me do this as well. A line which separates both of them. Okay, this is how it looks. Using placeholders, the first one, using the string interpolation, the second one. Let's see a quick summary of the video. So in this video, we have seen about the write method and the writeLine method. And the second one is we created some variables, and using placeholders and string interpolation, we tried to print those variables in console.writeLine methods. And this is the happy scenario, and I'll show you an unhappy scenario of this using placeholder statement. Here what I did is I took 4 different placeholders, 0, 1, 2 and 3. But I gave only 2 different variables assigned to it. So 0 and 1 are assigned to this number and my name, but I haven't assigned this second and third placeholder to any of the variables, and I got an exception in the runtime. So in the next video, we are going to see the exceptions that we have to face in our C# and .NET journey.